Tonight, our newscast is taking over the traditions from the Today Show. See why this Northwest Arkansas woman made it on my Smucker's jar of jelly. Last week, I received a $50 parking ticket in Harmon. And let me tell you, as a college student, I do not have $50 just to waste. If you compare the number of spaces at Harmon Parking Garage with the number of students that attend the U of A, this garage only makes up 8% of on-campus parking. And it is crazy. They have closed down the doors. They are not letting anyone else in. Denise Gardner is here. Joe, the Squirrel Man Wilson, started the event 7 years ago, and he uses the money to give to local charities. I even had the chance to try the squirrel, and let me tell you, it tasted just like chicken. Walking into the cook-off, a one-man band is playing guitar and drinking a beer. Food trucks and dozens of spectators are walking around, taking in this event.
It feels like a squirrel hunting day, so it's nice to be out here at the quail barn in Benton County with a bunch of our friends that love the outdoors.
A contestant is cooking what looks like chicken, but really, it's not. It's squirrel, and every fall, hundreds of chefs from around the country head to Bentonville, Arkansas to take part in this heated competition. They make everything from squirrel bratwurst to squirrel lollipops, or in the team from Bucksnort, Arkansas's case, gumbo.
We cooked a 5-gallon
a large container.
Squirrel gumbo.
Yes.
And it went rather quickly.
It did. We ran out of that. It was a popular dish.
Not only did the team have an interesting town name, they also had an interesting theme.
This year we cooked a traditional Scottish dish called bangers and rumbledy thumps.
Good squirrel, buddy, there you go!
Tasters really went out of their comfort zones and were surprised at the outcome.
That's pretty good. That's caveman.
People traveled from across the nation to come to the World Champion Squirrel Cook-Off, and the lucky winner won $1,000. Reporting for UATV News, I'm Lauren Krakau. Willard Scott from the Today Show started the tradition of using Smucker's jelly to celebrate those with milestone birthdays. Although he's since then retired, the tradition still lives on in Northwest Arkansas.
Favorite memory of teaching? Oh, I don't know. There's so many.
Irma Boyer was born on November 23, 1910 in Abbott, Arkansas. She attended the U of A and earned her master's degree in education at the age of 50. Now, at the young age of 108, Irma still loves and remembers the one thing that she is most proud of.
When I taught school.
Even Irma's daughter, Jane Shipley, knows how much teaching meant to her mother.
She was the happiest when she was in the classroom. She really loved teaching.
Irma's students came to celebrate her milestone birthday last week and presented her a poem they wrote about her as their teacher. And you kept us learning, even after we were long gone from the classroom. That's what they said about you, that you taught them to learn, and they're still learning.
Yeah.
Jane says her mother's strong work ethic began when she was a small child.
Everybody worked hard. Living through the Depression made an enormous impact.
Irma was the 6th child out of 8 brothers and sisters, and they all helped each other pay for their education.
Each one would help the next one as they were ready to go. And it was just a progression that they had in their family, and they all went to college.
Even with her drive to be successful, she has always had a great sense of humor, especially when it comes to her daughter.
I don't have as much patience as she has had.
Does Jane have patience?
No.
Being 108 doesn't stop Irma from trying new things. I even showed her how to take a selfie on Snapchat. Say cheese!
Cheese.
Jane says her mother's unending energy for things that she wants to do is the secret to her long life. Bye, Irma. Jane was right when she said her mother had no fear. When Irma was 80 years old, she floated the Colorado River and didn't even know how to swim. Reporting live for UATV News for the last time, I'm Lauren Krakau. If you compare the number of spaces at Harmon Parking Garage with the number of students that attend the U of A, This garage only makes up 8% of on-campus parking. The students who park here say they experience a lot of problems. One of the biggest issues, time. U of A senior Harris Ullman used to park at the Harmon parking garage, but in order to find a spot, he had to arrive on campus early and battle the crowds.
Had to get here probably about 20 minutes, 30 minutes early trying to find a spot just because, one, it'd be crowded with people trying to leave, and then two, it'd be crowded with people getting in, and then it was chaos.
Ullman feels with the new dorm being built right next to Pomfret, there needs to be a new parking garage built as well. After driving around for 15 minutes to try to find a spot, I can understand Ullman's frustrations. Ullman, as well as other students who park in Harmon, all basically had the same thing to say.
I hate parking in transit.
Bus driver.
David Wilson with Transit and Parking knows many label them as the bad guy, but he says those who hand out tickets are just normal people doing their jobs.
We're not really as evil as everybody might think. And part of that is they don't know us personally. I mean, we're ordinary people just like everybody else on campus.
Wilson is aware of the issues experienced in Harmon and knows a lot of students feel the university needs a new parking garage.
Sure, we agree to that. Okay, who's going to pay for it?
Wilson says that each spot costs about $2,300. If the U of A built a new garage, he says the price for permits would increase. Ullman says he's avoiding the crowds at Harmon at all costs, even if he gets a ticket for parking in a reserved lot without a pass. Wilson says there's nothing on the drawing board for making a new garage, but students can park at Garland and Stadium Drive. For UATV, I'm Lauren Krakau. I have in my hand a picture of what is getting a student through college, but unlike him, I was not able to keep this plant alive. Let's see what it is next. U of A senior Juan Moscosco came to the U.S. 5 years ago from Colombia with his parents.
Neither of them have a college degree. They didn't have the opportunity to go to school.
With the pressure of being a first-generation college student, Moscosco knew he needed to find a major that would allow him to be successful.
I love working with plants.
When Moscosco isn't hitting the books for class, he's spending all day in his bed. But not like the typical college student. We're talking about garden beds.
I sell carnivorous plants out of my apartment.
In August of last year, he started Fayetteville Fly Traps, where he sells different variations of sundews, pitcher plants, and Venus flytraps. Carnivorous plants are plants that get their energy from trapping and eating animals. There are over 1,000 different species, and the Venus flytrap is only one of them. These plants eat things all the way from insects all the way to those animals the size of lizards and rats. But unlike what you see in the movies, these plants cannot eat nor harm you. Moscosco says his inspiration started when he noticed the quality of carnivorous plants sold in stores.
The plants just look that they're dying, or in most cases they are dead.
He says he wants people to know that these plants are not that hard to take care of.
It's not time consuming at all. All you need to do is make sure you water it at least once or twice a week.
After college, Moscosco's plan for the future is to build his own greenhouse and continue to keep growing these types of plants. On average, Moscosco sells 10 plants in the warmer months and 1 to 2 plants in the cooler months. Reporting for UATV News, I'm Lauren Krakau. Last week, I received a $50 parking ticket in Harmon, and let me tell you, as a college student, I do not have $50 just to waste. After doing some research and asking around, I heard about an opportunity that the Associated Student Government and Transit and Parking give students to not have to pay their tickets off. The Work It Off program provides current students with the opportunity to do community service to cover the cost of parking tickets received on campus. Students can set up an online account through the Volunteer Action Center website and do community service of their choice. After logging their hours, students will need to print them off and bring them to the Community Engagement Office located in the Arkansas Union. After that, students have to take their verification as well as their completed Work It Off form to the Transit and Parking Department. Even with all the steps it takes, students who have done community service in place of their tickets say it is worth it.
It's not streamlined, but it's a whole lot easier than paying $50, and it helps my wallet out quite a bit.
The program says their goal is to get as many students as possible involved in the community without allowing people who always get parking tickets to take the easy way out. Students are limited to a maximum of 1 citation per academic year. All the materials in this program must be turned in within the 30 days of receiving the ticket. Reporting live in the newsroom for UATV News, I'm Lauren Krakau.